if you keep them on so I can see you. The recording is just so I can put it on YouTube, and it only records my screen. Now, there's another thing which is interesting, which I've been to a few classes, and people suffer, hi Petra, suffer from a problem where the speaker keeps on jumping on the screen, which normally shouldn't happen if we have everybody muted, but still, if somebody jumps in and then they unmute themselves. Now, to be sure that you always have only the teacher, you go to my screen, and then in the little 3 buttons next to mute, in the blue 3 buttons, there's an option which is called pin video. Pin, yeah, like pin it. So if you pin my video, then I will be on your main screen the whole class, whatever happens, and whoever speaks in and whoever has the mute microphone on. So that's what you do, yeah, to pin.
Sorry, Elias, I can't find these points.
Are you on a mobile or are you on a
laptop?
Laptop, yeah, okay. So next to in my screen, you know, everybody's got 3 blue dots above their screen when you scroll over them.
Yeah. No, where is it? Ah, okay. Ah, okay, yes.
Then you take the mouse to the screen, then in the 3 dots, if you click it, got pin video. So
well, mine is German, so I don't know.
Somebody translate pin video auf Deutsch.
Anheften.
Aber steht
Video
nicht
anheften.
Da steht nicht Video anheften. Da steht Stummschalten, starten, umbenennen, Teilnehmer ohne Video, Selbstansicht.
Nee, du musst ganz unten suchen, das kleine Bild mit ihm. Und daneben hast du es dann.
Ja, ich weiß, ich bin ja da, aber bei mir steht nicht, ich kann das noch nicht.
Okay, we'll sort it out later, but just generally in English, under the teachers or whoever you want to have the whole class, pin video means hold for the whole class. We'll try that. It's just that sometimes people have to jump. Also, if you have everybody on your screen, you should only have my screen, not because it's me, but because you really want to see the teacher throughout the class. So I hope nobody has 20 screens on their screen. Yeah, I have it, but just as a teacher to see you.
Okay.
So you should have just one big screen of the teacher. Just that in the last few days, I've kind of heard the kind of stories, people trying to see the little screen, Okay, just to bear in mind, we'll try and work it out. Maybe at the end, if you have a problem, we can have a 5-minute technical thing. But right now, we're going to start with the class. I'm going to unmute everybody. Hopefully, we won't have any interference or mute all. If there is a problem with the voice, my sound, or the screen, then I guess you just have to wave or make some sound. I mean, I can see everybody on my left television, and then I can see myself on the little screen. So first of all, so good sound, yes. Okay, good. And the screen is, as I said, you should be able to just see me. Introduction. If anybody, or for those who are new here, I just have to give you a quick warning to be very careful with your own body. If you have any limitations, any issues with knees or shoulders or hernias or blood pressure or heart, then be responsible and do only as much as you can do. Yoga is actually a very strenuous exercise and can take the body and the joints to its limits. So don't belittle it. If we have any issues with the line falling down and me disappearing or just freezing, then please wait in a child pose, relax, wait for half a minute, and hopefully I'll be able to get in on my data and at least continue the class or just close it gently. So just wait patiently. The class today will be a repeat, very similar, but at the same time very different to Sunday's one, which wasn't completed. We're going to be looking at the abdominals. Just very basically, we have a very thick layer of abdominals inside, which is like the corset that holds everything together, all the organs. Then we have one layer, which is the internal obliques, which go in sort of this direction. They go from top in to out in this direction. Then you have the external obliques, which is the other direction from outside inwards. And then you have obviously this little band here, which is the rectus, which are the classic six-pack, yeah? So basically there's 4 sets and we will be using them all. But just to arrive and begin the class, we want to spend just a little while calming our minds, just closing our eyes or just gazing forward into infinity. And we begin to relax our body, just coming to ourselves, begin to be aware of our bodies, our breathing, leaving out any problems or any issues or anything that it's, you know, in our heads. Try and just dedicate this 60 minutes to us, to ourselves. So concentrate on your breathing, feel your physical body. Okay, then we start opening our eyes. Jermaine, please, can you mute yourself? And then we're going to start by lifting our arms as we breathe in, begin our stretch and our warm up of the top part. Breathe in, stretching our arms, breathe out, breathe in, stretch our arms, breathe out, breathe in one last time, stretch and breathe out, release. Now we're going to breathe in, take our arms in front of us, and then on the out breath, just turn to the left without holding our knee. So this is just obliques work. Breathe in the middle, the same side. So without using our arms to pull, we're just using our obliques here, abdominal obliques. To twist to the left, back to the center, one last time, to the left, just turning using our obliques here. And release to the front. We'll do the same on the other side. Breathe in, breathe out to the right. Breathe in, breathe out to the right. Breathe in, breathe out to the right. Breathe into the middle. Now we're going to do the same, but pulling with our left hand. So breathe in, and we use our right hand on our left knee and our left hand behind, and we can pull further. You can see that you can actually stretch a little bit more and release. Front and the other side. Left hand on right knee and twist and release. Now we're going to go right hand above our head. We're going to face backwards, 45 degrees behind us, and stretch and twist at the same time. And release. Breathe out. Breathe in. And right back. Breathe out. And release. Now we'll go to the side, left hand on the side, and we're going to bend to the left. And release. And breathe out to the right. And breathe in. Now we're going to do one more where we're going to twist to the left. Then put the hand on this, on the right hand on the left knee. And then we're going to twist a little bit further. Then breathe in again. Bend to the right. Put our left hand on our knee. And then we're going to like twist, bend at the same time. Back up. And now just deep opening. Breathe in, open the chest. Breathe out, close the chest. Breathe in, open the chest. Breathe out, open, close the chest. One last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Now one side, left hand behind. And breathe out. Right hand behind. And breathe out. Left hand behind. And breathe out, right hand behind. And back to the center. Okay, from there we're going to just do a couple of cat-cows sitting. So we're going to like just arch the backs. We're going to breathe out, arch forward, the whole back, and then breathe in and open the chest and arch forward. Neck and chest. Breathe out, arch back, and then arch forward. Chest out. Breathe out, pelvis back or arch back. Breathe in. And last time out. And last time in. Okay, so from there we're going to go on to our tabletop position. So on all fours. Somebody's got their mic on again. And then from here, let's lift our, okay, so we're going to find the usual strong position. Strong hands, elbows over wrists, hips over knees. And then once you've got a nice strong shoulder, so we're not collapsing and we're not pushing like this, nice strong square, then we're going to put our toes down and lift our knees. Now to do this well, you should have a very contracted tummy. Yeah, you should actually have your abs already working. Otherwise, you're going to be collapsing, so and maybe damaging your back. So your abs should be strong. We're going to hold that for a few breaths. So knees off the ground, about 3 centimeters. We're breathing, we're tightening our tummy, and we're strengthening our shoulders, strengthening our abs. 3, 2, and leave the right knee, the right foot. We're now just on the left toes. 3, 2, 1, and swap. Lift the left toes, and we're on the right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, knees down. Have a 2-breath rest. And then from there, we're going to go to a downward facing dog. Now, the first one of the day, so you can keep your knees slightly bent, just to get into a nice, comfortable down dog. Once you're feeling a bit better, you can start stretching your legs and maybe stretching one and the other. And once you're now going to be stretching your calves here and your hamstrings here in a nice, gentle form, as is the first one of the day. Right, once you've done that a few times, then just hold the dog. You can actually hold it with your knees slightly bent if you're still not warm enough, or if your back is hurting, or you can actually go into this nice, strong dog. So it should be a straight line from the wrist, shoulder, and the hips. And once you're there, you're feeling strong, try and take your pelvis, your tail up towards the ceiling. You're lifting this tail up. That's the secret of the dog. Take the tail up. Right, we're going to breathe out here. And on the in-breath, go to plank. Strong plank. Breathe out. Remember, this is an abs class, so this is all going to be abs. Breathe in, strong abs. Breathe out, strong abs too. Breathe in. This should really warm us up nicely. Breathe out, all the abs should be really strong. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more. Breathe in, feel those abs, feel those shoulders should be solid. Solid as in strong, not solid as in stiff. Taking it deeper, the dog. Taking the shoulders stronger. 2 more. Taking the dog deep. Take the pelvis up to the ceiling. And 1 more. Take the tail, exaggerate the tail to the ceiling. And the last one. Hold it for 5 in plank. 4, strong shoulders. I'm counting, you continue. 3, I'm watching. Continue. 2 and 1. Knees down. Sit on your heels. And you can take a little child pose here. Okay, well, we're going to continue on our dog because it's nice for our abs, and also I want to do a little bit of work on the hips. Yeah. So when you have had your little rest, we're going to come back, strong shoulders, the hands. Remember, we want elephant hands on the ground, not little squirrel hands. Big plump, and then we take the dog. Now there's a lovely pose from dog, which is to open the hips by taking the left foot up in a straight line from your back, and then you open the hips by twisting the leg to be facing your toes facing forward, so you're opening the hips. And then you can take that even further by folding the knee and then opening that hip, trying to keep the hands and the shoulders as far as possible still square to the ground, but your hip and your leg is bent. We'll count to 3. Do you feel those hips opening? 2, and then take the hips down, the leg down. Take 3 breaths. Take your tailbone up to the sky, your shoulders strong. And we'll lift the right leg up in a straight line, continuation to the back. And then open the hips by pointing the toes to the right. And then once you've done that, you can bend your knee, and the weight of your knee should open your hips even further. You should also feel your obliques on the left squeezing, and the ones on the right opening. Count to 3, 2, and 1. Knee forward, leg straight, leg down, and knees down. And we'll take another couple of breaths. Okay, let's do a little bit more abs. So we're now going to do plank on the, to rest the wrist. We're going to do the plank on our elbows. So from elbows, we're going to just stretch our legs, and we're going to be on plank there. And we're going to hold that. Again, notice your abs. If your abs are weak and you can't hold them, then you must put your knees down. You've got to have strong abs so that your back is not collapsing like this. You'll be strong. Your glutes should also be nicely firmed. And then from there, we're going to just drop the heels to the right and give the hips a nice twist. Just gently, hips to the right. Lift up the heels and drop the heels to the left. Nice twist to the lower back. And then lift again and twist to the right. Always doing abs. This is all abs work. And last time, bring the heels up and drop them to the left. Raise them up. Lift the right foot. More abs work. Change, left foot up. Change, knees down. And take a child pose there to give the back a nice rest. Okay, continue your child rest. I'm trying to see who's unmuted. Evan, we can unmute you.
Oh.
You okay, yeah? Let me unmute.
I have to turn.
Okay, continue everybody in the child pose. And then we sit up on our heels. Let's do a little bit of back work just to go back to, okay, before you go back so that you don't have to twist your head, look at me first. We're basically going to do like crunches, yeah, but to try and notice the rectus abdominis here in the front, which is the six pack. First, we're going to do the top part, so I can lift this abdominals for the top part, and then we're going to do the bottom part by crunching the pelvis, which will do these bits. So we got like 3 sets. So put our knees, our feet by your butt, knees up, and then we're going to like lie on our back, put our hands facing the ceiling. This is a Kevin exercise actually from Saturday. And then we're going to raise our shoulders, trying to touch the ceiling, hold, and release. Try and notice, feel. You can close your eyes and feel. And again, raise your hands to the ceiling. Feel what muscles are working. Top abdominals, central abdominals, the rectus abdominals, and back, release. Close your eyes. Feel your tummy and hands up to the ceiling. Crunch to the top part. And release. You can also put your hand on these abdominals and then do it. Oh, and you can see them or feel them really working. And release. Last time, hands up. Let's all touch the ceiling. Let's see who's got the lower ceiling. And touch. And release. Okay, now from there, holding the hands up, we're going to do the lower abs here, the six packs. We're going to bring our knees to bring the knees up. And then on the count of 3, we just raise them towards our chest. Crunch and release. Hard, isn't it? And then crunch knees to the chest. And release. And again, knees to the chest. So the lower abs. And release. 2 more times. It's actually hard to do without raising the top part as well. And release. Let's try and do it just the bottom part. Last time, just the knees up. And release. And guess what we're going to do now? All the rectus abdominals. So hands up. So now we need to try and get the knees to our chest and our hands to the ceiling. And go. And breathe. And breathe. And release. 3 more times. And go. 3, 2, 1, and release. So hands to the ceiling, knees to the chest. 3, 2, 1, and release. And the last time, crunch. 3, 2, 1, and release. Just rest your whole back on the ground. Keep your knees bent, your feet by your butt. Release the hands to the side, and you can actually just gently swing your knees left and right to release the whole back. Just rest and then you can stretch your legs to stretch the abs. Take your arms behind your head and do a big long stretch as if you've just woken up. So we stretch the abs and we've worked the abs there. Right, then from there, we're going to get up and swap, totally change dynamics, and we're going to do our sun salutation. So you felt this here, haven't you? I certainly have. So that's a lot of crunching, but now we're going to like flow a little bit. We're going to do the usual one I do, which I hope you remember it. We do it twice. First time, I'll just pull every step, and the second time we'll flow a little bit more. So at the end of the mat, feet together, remember Tadasana. Check your glutes. Are they strong? Check your abs. Check your shoulder is open. Your neck is pulled and your head is high. And from Tadasana, we breathe in and take our arms up. Breathe out, swan dive to the ground, forward fold. Breathe in, a half fold with the chest bow to the ground. And breathe out, gently put your feet back to a plank. Here we normally do in the same breath, but we're going to take an in breath. And on the out breath, we go down chaturanga, either knees first, or your whole body down to the ground. And when your hips touch the ground, we open the chest up and we do a cobra or an upward dog. I'm going to hold that. But really check your shoulders are back and your neck sticking out. Try and get a feeling of the tortoise or turtle sticking the neck out. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in. Oh, well, I should really breathe out. Is a downward dog. Breathe in, right foot forward between the hands. Find your balance. And when you got your balance, we come up onto a warrior 1. The left foot is flat on the ground. Check that the front and the back edge of the foot is really firm on the ground, and we take our arms up. Open the chest, straighten your back, look forward, and breathe out. Straight both hands, right hand to the front, left hand to the back. Really beautiful warrior 2 here. I don't know why I always finish up facing the wall. Right, you stay where you are, but I'm going to change this way. So these are beautiful, strong warrior 2. Then we breathe in and take our left hand to our left hip and the right hand over our ear. Breathe out, right elbow to the right knee. Left hand over the head. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Breathe in, do the same but with a straight front leg. Bending back. Breathe out. Fall forward to a trikonasana, triangle pose. Both legs are straight, and we're actually, with our whole torso, is sideways. It's not collapsing forward, but it's sideways. So your hand should be as high up as you need to, so that your chest is facing up and not down. I'm going to hold this one. This is another beautiful pose. Now you hold it for 3. I'm going to watch the camera. For 2, however you can do it going up and chest back. And 1, and we come back up to our warrior. From there, we just rotate, cartwheel the hands to put them on the ground. I want to take the right foot back to the plank. Normally we take just 1 breath, but we're going to take 1 breath in. And on the breath out, fold the hands, chaturanga, raise the chest to an upward dog or a cobra. Check your shoulders are open. Your head is really sticking out. And you basically got a beautiful cobra pose. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And on the out breath, we go down to dog. There on the in breath, we take our left foot forward. When you find your balance, the right foot is flat on the ground as well. I'm going to change around, but you stay where you are. And then we have this beautiful warrior 1 as we raise our hands up. Check your right foot is both edges are firm on the ground. And obviously your left foot is also firm on the ground. We count to 3. Look up. Stretch up the arms. 2. Open the chest. 1. Breathe out. And you stretch both hands. Beautiful warrior 2 here. Breathe in, we go back, right hand on the right shin, on the right thigh. And breathe out, left elbow on left knee. Right hand over the head. Breathe in the same, but with a straight front leg. Bending back. Breathe out. Trikonasana. Left hand on the inside of the foot. Just low enough so you can have your chest parallel to your hips. We're going to hold that for 5. I'm watching 4. Celia, you can also do it going up and bringing the chest open. 2. And 1. We come up and we're in this warrior 2. From there, we cartwheel our hands down to the ground, take the back foot back to plank. Breathe in, and on the out breath, we go down, chaturanga, and open to this upper dog, or cobra. 1, 2, and 3. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, right foot forward, left foot forward, and a forward fold. Breathe in, hands on hips, come up, arms up, slight back bend, open your heart, and release, hands to the chest. Beautiful. Right, so we've done it once. The next time, we're going to go slightly more rhythmically with the breath, yeah? Just try and do what comes to mind. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. It's about moving the body. And we don't always get it the first time. But anyhow, let's come up to the edge of the mat. We'll do this little flow in a very nice way. Just feel your body. Close your mind and open your heart. And breathe in, hands up. Breathe out, swan dive to the ground. Breathe in, a half fold. Breathe out, keep back to plank. Breathe out, chaturanga, and breathe in, open the cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, right foot forward, and lift up to warrior 1. Breathe out, warrior 2, arms left and right, forward and back. Breathe in, left hand back, right hand back, forward back bend. Breathe out, right elbow, right knee, and hand over head. Breathe in, the same but with a straight leg, folding back, left hand over the head. Breathe out, a triangle pose, right hand by right foot. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, come up again. And on the out breath, cartwheel the hands and downward and plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, chaturanga. Down to the ground, breathe in. And an upward dog or cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left foot forward. And arms up to warrior 1. Breathe out, warrior 2. Breathe in, left hand back, backward bend. Breathe out, left hand, left elbow, left knee, right hand overhead. Breathe in, the same with a straight forward leg, backward bend. Breathe out, Trikonasana. Left hand by next left foot. Right hand up, open the chest. Down to 3, 2, 1, and breathe in. Arms up. Warrior 2. Breathe out, cartwheel the hands. Left foot back. And breathe out, chaturanga. As you breathe in and open the cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left foot forward, right foot forward, and down and forward fold. Finally, hands to hips. Breathe in slowly, come up, arms up, open the chest, slight back bend, and welcome the universe. And hands to the chest. Wow, that's good. Look at all that sun. It's a nice sun salutation there. Okay, so let's shake a little bit. I think we should be nice and warm now. If you need to, just wiggle the back. Anything you need to do. Now we're going to do a couple of nice deep quad stretches. And the psoas, remember we did the psoas the other day, which also needs to, the thing with the psoas, the more I read of it, is that the more it shrinks, then when you try and raise up, it pulls it back in, so we walk around like this. So if we stretch it, then we're able to actually keep the lower back where it should be. So let's do a couple of stretches. We're going to go on our knees, and I will try and keep to maximum 3 poses on our knees. I know that the knees are delicate sometimes, and we don't want to spend too much time on them. But if you do have, issues with the knees, then you can do, put a blanket, so right foot forward, left knee on the ground. You can use a blanket, you can fold your mat. So, where is our psoas? You remember, as we take our right knee forward and we just stretch, extend this lunge here, this psoas, well, the quad obviously stretching, but inside we got the psoas also stretching. So we're going to go forward and really stretch this area here just by leaning forward like we are now. So we're going to hold this deep. I hope everybody can feel a deep stretch in the left back quad. And then we come back again. Now, without stretching anything there, we're going to take our hands to our hips, and then we're going to take the left shoulder first towards the left, which is where the up knee is. We're going to take the left shoulder there, and then once we actually got, I'm really not in the right position. Once we've actually got the left shoulder in line with our right hip here, then we're going to take our left arm back, this twist, deep twist, and the left hand forward, or you can even keep the left hand here to extend the twist. So we're twisting towards the bent knee. Try and feel how the abdomen is actually coming over the hip nearly. So you twist further. 3, 2, and 1. And come back to the middle. Put your hips back normal in the center. And then we're going to do something similar with a bend. So left arm up, right up, and then holding the right hand on the hip. We're going to bend towards this bent hip again, sideways bend, deep bend, 3, and there you're obviously stretching the left obliques. And back to the middle. And then from there, we're going to swap legs. So now the right knee is on the ground and the left foot is up. I'm going to do the same. So our first exercise here is just a very deep stretch of our right psoas and our right quads. Just going down, down, and stretch. 3, 2, and come up. Now both legs at 90 degrees. We're going to do this nice twist. So first of all, right hand on the left knee, and then we're going to take the left shoulder first, parallel to the left knee, and then once that shoulder's there, try and get your tummy over the hip to the end of the thigh if you need to, and then left arm behind. And if you can look at that left arm, if your neck is good, then look at the left arm. It should be totally flat in one plane. Feet, arms, and chest. And we come to 3, 2, and 1. Gently twist back. Check your hips are still in one position. And then we're going to do the bend. So we're going to take the right arm right over our head, touching our right ear. Left hand stays on the hip. And we're going to bend to the left, stretching the right obliques. Bend, bend, bend more, and come back to the middle. Now then we're going to swap our knees again. I'm going to use actually the mat folder, I find it easier. Right, so now we're back onto this, both legs at 90 degrees. Now, I'm going to hold the back foot. If you can't, you can either get the strap or you can just do the first exercise again. But for those who can, grab the back foot, first with the left hand. Now hold the balance. If you can, use the other hand also. If you have it with both hands, put the heel to your butt, and then this is where it gets fun. Nudge the foot forward, the front foot forward, and lean into that foot forward. So now we're doing the first exercise again, but obviously with a deep, deep stretch on the quad. We're facing forward, holding a balance. Sometimes you can lose the balance on this one. So the chest is forward, looking forward, with a deep stretch in the quads and the psoas, of course. And we're counting to 3, 2, counting, and 1. Release gently. Release the foot down first. Swap knees. So the left foot goes forward, the right knee's on the ground. We can actually fold the mat if you need some padding. And then the same, either stay here and just bring your weight forward, or grab the foot, the back foot, with both hands, or with a strap, and nudge your left foot forward, and then start leaning into it and feeling that deep stretch on the back quad. Try and keep your chest up, looking up. And we're counting. And we're counting to 3, 2, 1, and release gently. That is great. Let's take a little break here. Well, while we have this little break now, you can sit and just watch the screen. I have a little show for you. Like we said, the quads are the big central band inside. Then you've got these external ones which go from the top right to here. And then you've got the inner ones which go from the outside to the in. And if you notice, when you put your hand here, when I rotate to the left, these close. So open, close. The same here, when these ones rotate to the left, these close. So actually, these close, once the external contract, they turn you to the left. And these ones, when they contract, they turn you to the left. And the opposite is true. If I go to the right, these stretch. And if I go to the right, these ones stretch. So basically, just to show that going in different directions, they do the opposite work. Yeah, these ones turning left, contract, and these ones turning left, contract, depending on which side they are. So we have the inside girdle, then you have the interior ones, interior oblique, exterior oblique, and your frontal, well, from here actually, your frontal rectus. So that's just to have a little bit of anatomy there for you to test it yourself. And now, talking of obliques, there's no class of obliques without side planks. You remember our famous planks? So let's try and do it from the beginning. So for side plank, the best way is first to do a normal plank. So we're going to go into plank. Check your hands are strong. Check your shoulders are strong. Check your abs are strong. And then when you've checked all that, you're going to take your left hand slightly, about 3 or 5 centimeters forward, so that you can drop the weight onto the left foot. Then you can either keep both feet one in front of the other, or the correct plank, or the classic one would be stuck in your feet. So now that's our plank. Check your shoulders are strong, your hips are strong. And once you feel sorry, then you can stretch or lift the right arm. And there you should be checking that your neck is straight, but not tight. Your hips are in a straight line. Your shoulders are the most important thing to have open and strong. You're not collapsing. Oops. But you're actually staying strong. And then we take our right hand forward, put it back down, flip to that side, bring the other hand together next to it, then take the right hand slightly up, and we're going to roll to the left side and stack our feet. I'm sorry I have to give you my back on this one, but just hold it. Strong shoulders, strong hips, strong neck. Try and take the left hand further up to the sky, and your hips just solid. Should be tightening your core. Your glutes should also be contracted. And we count to 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down, back to the middle, and knees down. Okay, we're going to do that about 3 more times. So it's quite challenging. If you find yourself, you're struggling, then it's better not to do it. There's no point in doing it with your back all collapsing. It's better to put your knee down and then help your hips, help your obliques while you're making them strong. So if you cannot hold it and you're like this, it's better to do this, yeah? If you can do it, then let's do it. So left side plank. And now we're going to keep our hand on our hip so that we can raise our hip and then lower our hip. Bring it to the ground. Raise our hip. Lower our hip. 2 more times. Raise our hip. Lower our hip. And raise our hip. Back to the middle. Hand down. And go on your knees. I'm going to change the other side. Again, if your shoulders begin to collapse or your hips begin to collapse, then use the help of the other leg. Otherwise, we're going to go on the right side. Hand on hip. Raise our hip. And lower our hip. Raise our hip. Whoop. Lower our hip. Strong shoulders. Raise our hip. Lower. 2 more times. Raise our hip. Lower our hip. Check. You got your core engaged. One last time. Raise our hip. And lower the hip. Back to the middle. Turn forward and knees down. Okay. 1 more exercise on our plank, and then we move on to the balance position. But this one's going to be quicker, and I must stress it again. We're going to go on our left side. If you're struggling, you can do this, which is really good. But if you want to be challenged or if you feel strong, then we're going to do this and just 5 times. Arm up and thread the needle, breathe out. Breathe in, up, breathe out, thread the needle. 3. Hold, open your shoulders. 4, open your shoulders. And 5, open your shoulders. And hand down. We'll do it on the other side. As we're doing it quick, let's just try and really make it open. Let's really expand our chest there. So, I'm going to breathe in, open. Breathe out, arm under the other arm. Breathe in, open. Arm under the other arm. Breathe in 3 times. Breathe out, under. Breathe in 4 times. Breathe out, under. Breathe in, hold, 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 hold. Gently hand down. And let's take a child's pose there. Okay, relax in your child pose. Relax your back. Your hips are taking a little pounding, and wiggle a little bit. And then gently, slowly, you can come to standing. A little more light in here. And we're going to do some lovely balance poses. You know how much I like half moon, so we're going to do that. Now I suggest if you have a brick, you have one on either side, because here is one position which asks for a help. So I'm going to face from the middle, face one side of your mat, and then we're going to take right leg up, right knee up. Now check that you're standing strong, your hips are facing forward, your left foot is planted like an oak on the ground. And then we're going to go to Warrior 3 by taking your foot back and just tilting your chest and lifting your foot behind you. So you're making this stick pose or Warrior 3. From there, you can take your arms out, put them to the side behind you. You're going to hold that for 2 more counts. And then when you're done, you're going to take the left hand to the brick or to the floor, whatever you find. And then once you've got a nice, stable, straight left leg, going to open the hip to the ceiling, taking the right arm up, opening the chest, and then we have a lovely half moon pose. Really open that chest. Use the brick to give you balance, not to put too much weight on it. And then just breathe into it. 3. Open the chest. 2. Open. 1. Come back forward. Hip. Hip to the ground. Bring the back knee forward. And you're standing on one foot. And leg down. Okay, that's quite a challenge. That's your lovely half moon on one side. We're going to go on the other. Well, you're basically going to do the other leg. I'm going to swap around, so I'm looking at the camera. So if we did before right leg up, we're going to do left leg up. And then we're going to tilt the leg behind you, the body forward, with your hands on your hips, until you're parallel to the ground on a Warrior 3 position or variation. Then your arms go out, you stretch your chest, try and take your head further to the front wall at the same time as the left foot goes to the other wall. Then after 2 counts, you take the brick on the right hand or the floor. So you actually got a place to support. Open the hip, open the chest, take the arm up. Foot should be facing forward, parallel to the ground. You're opening the chest. Your arm is up. Your chest is open. Your hip is open. And we're counting to 3, 2, and 1. And bend forward again. Chest goes down, hip goes down. Hands go to the hip. And we bring the knee forward and down. That was fantastic. Okay. And next time, remind me to do the reverse one, which we've done against the floor. But today, we're going to start chilling out. We're going on the ground. We're going to go on our tummies. Well, no, first of all, because we've done that deep stretch, let's just bend forward on a child pose to counter that bend on the hips. And then once you've done that, forward bend your back. You're going to come back forward to sphinx. So you're going to line your tummy and put your elbows out. Remember, the best way to do this is to put your elbows slightly forward and then just pull your torso forward. So to actually stretch rather than compress. And then just lie there. See if you can relax your lower back. Your shoulders should still be engaged, so you're not collapsing. An open chest, neck is out. You're looking forward or slightly down, but your lower back, everything below the belly button should be relaxing. And then from there, let's just do a very slight back bend by where your hands are. You can either take them slightly forward or where you are, just lift your chest. Only while it feels okay for the lower back. If the lower back is too strained, and stay where you are. You can actually just raise it. Quite warm now, so it's a good time to try these things. Take the chest forward and then come back down, elbows to the ground. You'll do that 2 more times. But again, just listen to your body. The lower back is very compressed and stay where you are. If not, then just raise up again, open your chest. So we're taking the chest up, we're not really cramping the flat back. We're actually taking the chest forward and we're taking as far as we can. We can stretch the arms or wherever it feels good. Loosen the neck and back down. And the last time, I invite you, if you want, you can stay where you are, put your hands further out and forward, further out, and then we're going to do that again. So right now the chest can really be opened, and it's a really nice feeling. The lower back should now be open or feel less tension. Open the chest, take your neck up, well, your chin up, really, not the neck. What I mean is don't bend the head back, we're looking forward. And then down this time, cross your arms in front of you and just drop your head on your arms for a quick relax of the back. Then use the arms to raise your body and go onto your shins. And then from there, I'm going to do just a bridge pose. So we're going to lie on our back, put our feet really close to our butt here. And then we're going to just gently raise the hip up. And you can either clasp your hands behind your back. So you open the chest and you take your shoulders back. And you actually have the weight on your shoulders as you raise your hips up. Raise the hips up. Weight on the shoulders. Raise the hips up. Weight on the shoulders. And we count 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands and just drop the hips down. I remain there, relaxing, and from there we're going to just do a nice twist on the ground. So the usual one, we're going to have our knees next to our butt. Going to lie back, relax the whole back on the ground. Going to lift the hips and just shift them a little bit to the right while we drop the knees to the left. And as we do that, we take our right shoulder to the right, look to the right, use the left hand on the left knee if you need to, so you get this deep twist. If you need to make it deeper, you can actually put your left foot on top of your left knee, and that takes it even deeper. So that's if you're quite flexible. Feel your back relaxed there. Release any tension. And raise the knees up. Put the hips back in the center. Check everything is in line. Take the hips to the left and drop the knees to the right. Use your right hand to hold the left knee down. Take your left shoulder to the ground. Look at the end of your left fingers. If you're very flexible, you can put your right foot over the left knee so that you get a deeper twist. And then just relax. And then we take the knees back to the middle. Align your hips. Stretch the legs. And there really let's have 5 breaths to do anything that you feel. You can stay lying down, relaxed, or if you feel you need to bring your knees up, you can. You need to like wiggle or do a happy baby, or raise your arms and stretch, or twist more, just do anything to release any tension. Just for a few seconds. And then once you've done that, lie down. It's now 7:01. If anybody has to dash off to catch a plane or something, then please do so. Otherwise, stay and we'll do a 10-minute relaxation if you have the time, and we'll take you to some very happy place. So start lying down, getting your jumper or blanket or whatever. So as you lie down, you're going to have, obviously your body's going to be very relaxed, so as relaxed as you can. You're going to have your arms next to your side or whatever they feel comfortable. Your feet are going to be folding forward or just folding out in a relaxed form. Your body's heavy. Start using our attention, our awareness to move around the body, and also practicing this concentration, be able to concentrate our awareness. It's like a laser, we can move around the body to check. So for example, let's start on something which is very relatively sensitive, easy to feel, which is your fingertips. Let's just do both at the same time. We're going to go straight to our fingertips. There might be some sweat there, might be some feeling of the rubber from the mat, might be some warmth. So whatever there is, they're very sensitive. 10 fingertips. You hold your attention, you might be able to feel your blood, your heart pumping the blood through, and they throb ever so gently. It may feel like supersized fingertips. They're just so sensitive. And then we can carry that sensitivity to our fingers. They're also very sensitive. We use them to manipulate tiny little things in our hands. So they're very complex. We've got a lot of little bones and muscles. So just feel your 5 fingers. Now guess what's also very sensitive is the palm. Our palms. In fact, energetically, our palms can be like in the cartoons, they can absorb or release energy. So if you focus on your palms, you can feel this warmth of pranayama. And from the palms, we just encompass the whole hand. Just feel your whole hands. Over 20 little bones in each hand, with all the associated muscles and tendons and ligaments and fascia. From the hands, we expand to the wrist. So much going on with the wrist as well. Just feel how sensitive, how much flow goes through them. From the wrist, we move to our lower arms. Not much going on here, but there are two bones. Why are there two bones, and can we feel them? Then we move to the elbows, upper arms, and finally the shoulders. So if we expand this awareness to the whole of both arms, if you're lying down, they should be heavy against the ground. If you're sitting up, they should just be floating. Then we move the attention from the shoulders to the abdomen, chest, and generally the whole of the torso. We've got the lower and upper, sides and back. This is the bulk of our body where everything happens. So our organs are there, the breathing, the heart. And then we move to our hips. We can feel our hips. Two upper legs, thighs, quads, hamstrings, femur. So much volume, strength and power in the upper legs. Moving to the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, and the feet. Expand the awareness to the whole of both legs, the feet, ankle, lower legs, knees, upper legs. And then we jump to the neck, feel the throat and the back of the neck, those trapeziums, the end of the trapezium moving right up, the back of the neck to the skull. And then we move up the scalp, the back of the head, over the hair, to the top, to the front. To the forehead. Shifting attention to the eyes, the nose, your mouth, ears, and the whole head. We encompass the whole head. Relax. Expand to the neck, the shoulders, the arms, torso, the hips, and finally the legs. We expand our awareness to the whole of our body. We're in a deep concentration, a deep state of the body. And in this state, I invite you to spend a couple of minutes just wandering and traveling through our body and immersing yourself deeper within yourself. If we find our mind wandering, we can always come back via our fingertips, back into ourselves. And from there we start just returning to the room, to the physical room around you. Maybe moving your fingers, your toes, maybe stretching your arms, moving your body gently. And when you feel ready, you can turn to one side. Try not to lift your body with your back. From the side, you can take a few breaths there. And then you can push with your arm to raise your body. And then I'll try and unmute everybody. That's everybody going to unmute. And we stop the recording.